Hello, I'm Shawn Gorsline, and I'm here with my guest, Austin Woodhouse. Today we'll be talking about a plethora of topics here on What's Happening. All right, hi everyone. Today we'll be talking about a few interesting topics, but first, I'm here with my guest, Austin. How are you doing today, Austin?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, we have a topic today. We're talking about the top movies and the worst movies of 2018.
Okay.
So let's start with the worst. What would you say is the worst movie of 2018, at least for you, that you've seen?
For me, I would want to say Truth or Dare. Well, they say it's a scary movie that came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And it wasn't a scary movie at all. It was like a drama. It was like, I don't know. It's like a high school drama, and with them getting mad. Like the ghost somehow knows the truth that they say is going to like ruin their friendship. So it's like the truth about blah, 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 sleeping with her best friend or something stupid like that. And it's basically them just getting mad at each other the whole time. And then when they choose Dare, it's a dare that puts your life in danger, and it's really crabby. Like you can think of a way to get out of it in 2 seconds. It just wasn't a well thought out movie. And the acting was bad too.
Yeah. Do you have like a best movie that was good for you, or?
Of like 2018?
Yeah.
I would want to say maybe The House That Jack Built, because I saw that recently too, and it's about Matt Dillon does an amazing job as a serial killer, and it takes place of his life in 12 years of just killing people, but like how he does it and that, and how sick he is. And that was a really good movie. It was a weird movie in general, but it was good. It's a big controversy and everything like that. Like people walked out of it, and yeah.
All right. I mean, I've always been planning to watch it, but all right. Speaking of movies, we have a segment coming up here, Top or Flop. So please take a look at this. Hi everyone, I'm Shawn Gorsline, and welcome to Top or Flop, the show where we review 2 movies and tell you which one rises to the top and which one falls and flops. Today we'll start with AI, directed by Steven Spielberg. However, this film was originally meant to be directed by its writer, Stanley Kubrick. However, due to his passing shortly before, Spielberg was the one to bring it to life. In short, this is a science fiction version of Pinocchio. Our main character, David, is brought up by a family going through tough times. However, once David becomes too attached to his new family, he is cast away to survive in the world of the unknown, finding his way back to his family. The film overall is decent, however, the ending makes the film a bit weird. It's hard to explain, but it's rather odd and it seems kind of unfitting.
If you can bring back other people, why can't you bring back her?
The film we are comparing this to is 1999's Bicentennial Man, starring Robin Williams. The film features a similar concept with our main character Andrew, which is an android, living through 200 years, discovering what it's like to be human. This film's message is a lot clearer than that of AI, which I personally like it more because of it. It gets to the point, and with Robin Williams playing Andrew, it's an overall enjoyable experience. I highly recommend this film. That makes our top Bicentennial Man and our flop AI. Anyways, this was Top or Flop. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time with more films to compare. I certainly advise you go out and watch Bicentennial Man. It's a great movie. Anyways, stay tuned, and we'll be back after this. and welcome back to What's Happening. I'm still here with my guest, Austin, and we're going to move a bit away from our last topic of movies and move more towards the topic of music, specifically a new re-emerging trend that's been going on. And this trend was going on in the 80s, and this is something that they used for drums and other types of instruments, but mostly drums, just to kind of bring them out of the mix and leave room for things, because the sound quality wasn't as good.
Yeah.
It gave them some room to do things. And so what kind of happened here was they made this thing called gated reverb. So they put a drum kit in a room, they played it, and they recorded it with a microphone in this big room and captured this giant soundscape. And they found a way to cut all that off just to keep the initial hard attack of the room, but get rid of all the extra fade off of the sound and just keep that initial impact, and that was it. So they left all this room open, and it created a really poppy sound. So now in new music, they're bringing this back. It kind of fizzled out over time, and now it's back, but a little bit more subtle, just enough to bring back that pop in pop music. So it's interesting to see, and it's kind of been falling over into some stuff like country music as well. And I don't know if you've noticed, but if you listen you can kind of hear that kind of punchiness to a lot of songs now. You kind of feel it a bit more, and I think that's because of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see, and I don't know if that's going to change the scope of music in, say, 10 years' time or not. But it's interesting to listen to. Some stuff doesn't use it, some stuff does, and I'm interested to see where it goes for the future. That's what I'm interested in seeing. But anyway, we're going to go to another commercial here. Stick around for more. There is tons more after this. Thank you. Welcome back to What's Happening. Now, we're going to get a bit more serious for the moment to talk about the Vancouver Hurricane. As you know, we have a partnership with another production studio over on the West Coast, and we want to be very up to date with this because this is something that is very important to us and also the studio that we are partnered with. Unfortunately, their building was knocked down due to this hurricane, and so they don't have anywhere to be shooting their original broadcasts and broadcasting, which will disappoint many. I know many people were interested in what they were broadcasting, and hopefully they get up and running as soon as possible. Everyone is safe over there. They had several days' notice to get out of there before the hurricane hit, which is very good news to hear. But that is about all we know at the moment. Hopefully they'll get up and running as soon as possible, and hopefully we'll be able to update you on what's going on over there. Hopefully they get up and running as soon as possible. We want to see them back, and knowing they're all safe is really great. But anyway, we're going to move a little bit away from that now. We're going to move to our next segment. Kind of weird to contrast this a little bit, but we're going to send you over to today's segment of Top 5. And that'll be about the top 5 musical instruments. Thanks to the main desk for that lovely introduction. Hi, my name's Shawn Gorsline, and this is Top 5. Today we'll be talking about the top 5 musical instruments. At number 5, we have the ukulele. The ukulele's been gaining a little bit more popularity over the past couple of years due to the knockout of the recorder in elementary schools. They've been introducing ukuleles to be a little bit more widespread through elementary schools because it is a good segue into instruments later down the line. At number 4, we have the violin. Because of its use in the solo environment, a lot of people want to learn it so that it has so many more options and it's very versatile. At number 3, we have the drum kit. I wouldn't immediately think this would be great on its own, but it's actually pretty good on its own. You can go on YouTube and watch tons of drum covers or just standalone drum videos. The guitar. The guitar is very popular, seeing as there's an acoustic and an electric guitar. It is also very versatile like the violin. And at number 1, we have the piano. Now, you might think that the guitar could even be more popular than the piano, but the piano back in the day was just so much more important to the scope of music. The guitar was invented in around the 15th century and the piano in the 17th, but because of theater music at the time, the piano was so much louder than the guitar, and it was much more appealing. And nowadays in current music, it is so appealing to so many different genres. Anyway, that has been the top 5 on what's happening. I'll send you back to the main desk for more. See you guys. That was your top 5 for today. Thanks for joining us today on What's Happening. I'd also like to thank our guest, Austin, for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me, Shawn.
Yeah, no problem. From everyone here at What's Happening, we thank you for tuning in. Come back next time for more topics and more entertainment. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.
Sweet.
See you, everyone.